Hello, this is Alexander Grachuin, your knowledgeable respiratory therapist from mynewlungs.com, where we provide online pulmonary and cardiac rehab, partnering with my health teams today to provide you with some tips to help with your breathing to overcome COVID-19 symptoms. Please feel free to ask questions in the comment section beneath this video, and of course we'll answer them. In this session, we'll go over the symptoms of COVID-19 and what to do to help fight the virus. Symptoms of COVID-19 are usually the following, but not always in order. People sometimes feel all or some of the symptoms, which include fever or chills, coughing, shortness of breath or difficulty breathing, fatigue, feeling extremely tired, fatigue, muscles or body aches, headaches, loss of taste or smell, or new loss of taste or smell, congestion or runny nose, nausea, vomiting, and of course diarrhea. So let's understand what's going on first off. Why do you have a fever? Well, your body is fighting hard. It's generating heat by doing that. Your body is fighting so hard that it's taking up a lot of energy, leaving you fatigued and tired with body aches. As the progression gets worse, your body will also try to flush it out with vomiting or diarrhea, or just leaving you with nausea. Also, sore throat, of course, from the constant coughing and vomiting. We also know that your congestion might be extremely thick. To help with your fever, you can always ask your pharmacist what over-the-counter medications can help you with your fever. He or she might suggest like Tylenol to help control the fever. Now let's understand fatigue. Your body is fighting hard and it will use the food you eat to gain more energy. So let's understand what has to be in the foods you eat to supply the energy needs. Calories are going to be necessary as calories are absorbed into the body to produce energy that those cells that are fighting very hard need. And of course, high protein will also be necessary to repair damaged cells as this forms a catalyst to help fight with the virus. Now let's talk about fatigue and congestion. Many people feel like going to sleep when your body's fighting very hard, and I don't blame you. You're exhausted, but this is where a lot of trouble comes into play. If you're asleep and congested, you're at a very high risk of mucus plugging, causing the thick congestion to lodge deeper and wedge itself into the airways, leading to suffocation and possible death. You must clear your congestion as best as you can. So let's talk about the tips, or the types of tips, to help with the removal of congestion. Now, the use of nebulizer and a Flutter device is widely used in the clinical settings. Let me demonstrate. It means that you can take your nebulizer, attach it to the back end, put the medication into the vial, plug it in just like you would, just put the mouthpiece to the side, and as you would turn on the machine. As you can see right now, the mist that's coming out, so you would actually breathe in the medication, get rid of the congestion. Basically, every 10 breaths that you use through this, you want to cough afterwards. This will vibrate the congestion to bring it up to a certain level, then it's your job to cough it out, okay? The nebulizer attached with this will help loosen up the congestion by saturating it, and the vibrations will help pull it out. That's good bronchial hygiene. Chest physiotherapy is sometimes used as respiratory therapists are extremely familiar with. Okay, when it comes to chest physiotherapy, very easy. You would actually be using it on a person. Now, the person most likely should be laying down on a bed. And basically what we're going to be doing is on chest PT, it's very easy to do, but it should be done on 10 minutes on each side. So when we do chest physiotherapy, what you're going to do is you're not going to slap the back. Make sure you never hit the center of the spine. This is something you would do for your loved one, but please be sure to wear a mask. Now, you would be cupping your hands, and you would actually be vibrating it by patting their back. Now, mind you, they should be laying down, but as you're doing this, 10 minutes on each side, that will cause the vibrations to bring it up to a certain point, and it's that person's job to cough. Now, what I would do is, on a patient like this, okay, so even though this is a mannequin, what we're going to be doing is we'll be doing chest physiotherapy for 10 minutes on one side while the person is kind of laying down like this, drawing the congestion down. And then after the 10 minutes, or if the person just needs to go ahead and cough, but after the 10 minutes, have the person cough by taking a deep breath slowly And the reason why I say slowly, so you don't lodge the congestion, or the person doesn't lodge the congestion deeper into the lungs by bringing it back in. So they're going to slowly breathe in and then cough. Okay? So they'll do that about 2-3 times, and then they'll switch to the other side and doing the same thing, chest physiotherapy, while they're laying on a bed or on something. But like I said, please be sure to wear a mask. But if it's your loved one, obviously, and they're having a hard time with it, just be very cautious doing so. But chest physiotherapy, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. Remember, make sure the person coughs. You can always mimic a Flutter device with your own mouth by doing something like this. There are some prerequisites that need to be followed first. The first prerequisite is to flutter your tongue on the roof of your mouth, like you're about to say a foreign language vowel, like this. Okay, so you'll be fluttering your tongue. It might sound silly, but believe it or not, this actually works, and it's extremely inexpensive because you're not using any device to do it. So what you would do is you would take a deep breath in through your nose, flutter your tongue, and purse lip breathe the proper way at the same time. So instead of just fluttering, you'll also be purse lip breathing, causing some back pressure like this. You'll do the flutter and the purse lip breathing at the same exact time by making sure you take a big deep breath in, flutter and purse, and that will cause enough vibration and to mimic a Arabica or maybe a VPEP or basically a Flutter device. And that will help remove that congestion. And doing that about 10 times and then coughing afterwards is nothing but great bronchial hygiene. If you have a weak cough, well then you have weak muscles. So the best thing you can do is work on respiratory muscle training. Try this way instead of using any other device out there. Try doing it like this, even though I really do like the devices they have. Like there's actually quite a bit of different respiratory muscle trainers. These respiratory muscle trainers will actually start strengthening intercostal and diaphragmatic muscles, the muscles necessary and required to take a deep breath and obviously to cough. So let's try this together. Well, I will purse lip breathe, inhale, causing resistance. You don't just breathe in, you want to purse lip. So you want to purse your lips as you breathe in and as you breathe out. That will cause enough resistance to increase weight to build up muscle to help with weak muscles, especially weak intercostal and diaphragmatic muscles. You're going to be doing that 6 times a day, 10 minutes each until your muscles are nice and strong. Even if you have the COVID-19 and you have thick congestion, I would definitely recommend respiratory muscle training, just like that. If you have thick congestion, simple water. Wait 15 minutes. Obviously, you'll be drinking the whole thing. You wait 15 minutes, and the congestion will cause the mast cells and the globular cells to really start saturating that thick congestion, and of course loosening up that thick congestion so it's easier to cough out. Very extremely necessary. Drink plenty of water. If you have thick congestion, it's going to help saturate it. Proper cough. A demonstration of a good proper cough is just like so, where I would take a very deep breath in and I will cough it out. If I breathe in shallow, that much, the cough is not strong enough. Okay? You want that glottic pharyngeal spasm to be nice and strong. So you want to cough more forcefully. The good definition of a good cough is the deeper the breath, the bigger the grab of congestion. The shallower the breath, the little bit of congestion that will come out, if and any would actually come out. So remember, if you want to cough properly, make sure we take a big deep breath in and coughing. Also take a look at huff coughs for people that have a hard time with a natural cough. A good way, 3, 2, 1. A good way to find out if somebody has difficulty with congestion is to actually find out where the congestion's at. You can do that with simple auscultation with a stethoscope, or you can actually do it with, as your loved one, what you would do is you would take 2 hands, and here's the spine right here. What we do is we'll put 2 thumbs right between about 2-inch spread, okay, underneath the armpit, and have the person breathe. As you would notice, if one side goes up as they breathe in, the other side does not, then that side is the side of full or high consolidation, where there might be consolidated or there might be a lot of congestion in that side. And that's the side you really want to focus on, okay? And what you would do simply is you would just put your hands underneath the armpit, okay? And as the person breathes in, if it's bilateral even, then that's pretty good. But if you do find that one side goes up more than the other, and let's say if this was a side that didn't, then you would focus on chest physiotherapy on that side alone. Okay? All right. If you have any questions or would like to take part of other educational videos right here with me on My Health Teams, please log in and comment on this video on My Health Teams. I'll see you later.